After the discovery of gold in Kalgoorlie in 1893, this part of Western Australia was overrun with prospectors looking for the big lucky strike.
And this is Gwalia, which is one such little town. And in its most prosperous 4 years, between 1908 and 1912, the population grew here to 5,000 people. And they all came to work at the mine and, you know, lured here by the promise of gold.
And that had all run out by pretty much 1912. A few diehards hung on until finally in 1963 they gave up the ghost and legged it.
Yeah, but there's a few buildings left knocking about here now, which makes this place kind of unusual, because normally when such like gold rush towns closed down, they took everything, including their houses, all the bits of metal, you know, to go to another mine or to another town and start again, build your house again. Is that enough facts now?
So why didn't they do that this time?
I don't know. That wasn't written on the paper. This is shit, isn't it? It looks like an old cowboy town or something, the style it's built.
Well, it all grew up in that 5 years.
Yeah.
After they found gold.
And apparently you could find gold nuggets as you walked along, you know, the hilltops.
Yeah, just in the dust.
Lying in the dust. I'd love to find a nugget of gold.
Hello, Lee.
Hello, love. How you going?
Lee Barris is not only a madam and a transsexual, but a town councillor.
Fantastic.
Prostitution in this town has a long and almost venerable history.
This is the brothel. What happens here is all these doorways you see, that's where the girls work from. And they all stand here and sit along here at night time. All the coloured lights are on. The girls take the clients through to the rooms, and we're going to go out and have a look at some of the rooms now. This is a basic workroom. And
a little towel display.
Oh, well, you've got to have the nice towels, love. Yeah. Yes. And it is a nice big bed, and it does turn around.
It turns?
Yes, it turns around.
Is that helpful?
Well, I don't know whether it's helpful, but it turns around. Makes you giddy at the end of it, I can tell you. Rides through all the bumps and grinds.
Well, that's reassuring.
Yeah. Okay, and we come back through this way.
Yeah.
And we come around to your left here, and this is the reception area. And this is where everything happens. And there's all your prices up there. And the guys come in, pay their money, and then the girl takes them away for a nice hot shower.
Hang on, so those quickies there, 10 minutes for 60 bucks.
Yeah.
15 minutes later. How come it was and is such a centre for prostitution? What did it start with in the beginning?
Well, when the city forefathers back in 1895 decided to put all prostitution in one area, this was the street they chose. So people back then brought this house and made it into a brothel.
Why is that market here?
Why is it? Well, because of the miners.
Right.
This is a gold mining town. This is where all the men still to this day outweigh the girls 7 to 1. All the single guys come here for the work, for the gold mine, the nickel, the whole lot. It's all here. So there's lots of guys up here, and let's face it, while men are away, they will play. And if we're here, we're going to play with them. I left here as a 17-year-old boy, and 24 years later I came back as a beautiful butterfly.
You mean when you were 24 or 24 years later?
24 years later. I was 41 when I came back. Yeah.
Oh, right. Where did you go all that time?
All over the place. I had fun. I was a working girl, I worked as a prostitute, I've been in drag shows, you name it, I've done it.
I guess it'd be quite fun to see someone you knew and know that they don't know who you are. I mean, did you ever...
Oh, that happened when I came back to Kalgoorlie 9 years ago. I came back and actually worked in the street here as a hooker, and I had clients that were coming in and seeing me. I used to play football and cricket against them, and here they are coming into a brothel and getting on top of me. They never had a clue who I was.
But you didn't let on?
But I knew who they were. Oh, no, I couldn't.
Might have spoiled
I like my face this way. But to this day, they don't know that they actually had sex with me, you know, and I would never let them know either.
Lee's in the process of a makeover. The old brothel will be replaced with a state-of-the-art knocking shop, with luxury suites for the girls and their clients.
where that puddle of water is, that's where the new pool's going to go.
No.
That is not the pool.
That's just to give us an idea, is it?
The pool will go there.
Do you think, in your travels and your particular kind of dealings with men, that the men you meet here are different than they were in, say, Melbourne or Sydney?
They are, definitely.
They are? In what way?
I'm going to tell you this. Guys in Kalgoorlie have bigger penises than anywhere I've ever met.
Does that apply to visitors?
I don't know. But guys in Kalgoorlie, I don't know what's in the water up here, but they seem to have large ones.
And they're generally well behaved?
Of course.
Yeah?
Would you like to fight with me? Neither do they.
Have we time?
Neither do they. If a guy runs amok, I'm the one he's going to tackle.
Yeah.
And I have to do it. Let's face it, I'm not scared of blokes. I used to be one.
What happened in the whorehouses?
Nothing happened. We didn't actually slide anyone anything. We were just talking to the madam. Obviously the girls weren't there when we were talking to them, but they were a bit reticent to be filmed, quite understandably, because a lot of their parents thought they were doing charity work or something, and didn't know the full implications of them. But it was sort of interesting. It's always interesting when people are so businesslike about that frank an exchange of bodily fluids. It's sort of kind of funny.
Kalgoorlie is famous not simply as a frontier gold mining town. It's also known for its skimpies, barmaids who serve the drinks dressed only in their underwear or bikinis. It's reckoned to be good for business. And at the end of a hard day, a thirsty miner likes to look at more than just other thirsty miners.
How long ago did you leave the army?
Some of the barmaids are backpackers or students who've paused on their travels to gather some more books before moving on again around Australia. We discover that there were even 1 or 2 Yorkshire girls there. Their mums probably thought they were rounding up cattle or working as nannies. Nice arse. Bianca recently went AWOL from the Australian Army and legged it to Kalgoorlie. She's doing her skimpying on the run.
She was good about Sergeant Major look about her, wasn't she? She was only the General's daughter, but she knew what Reggie meant.
At Kalgoorlie's most popular skimpy bars, the Exchange and the Federal, the blinds are always down to keep the sun out. You can drink, have an all-day fry-up, and play the pokies or gambling machines. But despite the varied live attractions, there'll always be one bloke who'd rather watch the footy on the telly. Aussie rules, that is.
Debating the merits of rugby league, rugby union, Aussie rules and skimpies can be thirsty work.
I thought that's what he might say. How many players on each team?
Fuck about 4, and there's 17.
17.
Plus
18. 18.
That's a fucking go. That's an army. That's 7 over East Timor. Bring the shit on.
And those boys this afternoon, the football, the rugby boys, I'm hoarse.
From shouting.
From shouting.
They always shouted. I had to sort of walk away because I couldn't actually hear, any of the syllables or consonants they were using. It was just...
I've found that if you let them explode, if you allow Vesuvius to go, then you catch them on the downfall there, you catch them after they've made the big explosion, then they start revealing things and just start talking about stuff.
I glassed one of them.
Oh, obviously.
Hoping for a more
He was cheeky.
sympathetic point of view. No, he was perfectly blameless. I just thought, I wonder, be a little more responsive if I glassed you. And I was completely wrong.
Yeah.
No more forthcoming.
Exactly.
Emerging from the dusty zones, we take the streamlined Indian Pacific Railway, heading east to the big cities
Miles away.
and the urban Australian mail.
Oh, that's what a double looks like. Nice.